Hi folks, Dennis here. I'm doing a quick little video on repairing a problem that I had with the coach. And the problem had to do with the dashboard, or the dash air. More specifically, where the air was coming out of the dash. Last fall, something happened. At the time I didn't know what. Well, actually two things happened. First thing I noticed was that I couldn't get any air coming out of the dashboard vent. Okay, I couldn't get any air coming out of these things. Couldn't get any air coming out of this one here. But then I got all kinds of air coming out of the defrosters. Everything. Everything coming out of the defrosters. Very little coming out anyplace else. No matter where I set the controls, if I had it blowing down on my feet on the controls, it would come out the defrosters. If I had it coming out the dash vents, it would come out the defrosters. So it didn't make any difference where I set any of my controls. It would always come out of the defroster. So I knew at the time that it was probably a vacuum related problem. This coach isn't any different than any car I've had here in the last, I don't know how long, where they use vacuum to control the dampers, the magic behind the dash to direct where the air comes out of, all right? But I never really looked into it. Then the second thing that happened, coincidentally about the same time, is that the step, whenever you go, put it in gear, turn the key on. Actually, when you turn the key on, these steps should retract, okay, and automatically, so that way you're not driving down the road with the steps out. Good thing. You don't want to drive down the road with the steps out. And that stopped happening. I had to manually retract them. So here last week I got finally around. I got one of those round to-its, okay? Finally I got into looking into the situation and to where the vacuum was or wasn't being generated, or why it wasn't getting to the things that it needed to get to. So, tell you what, I'm gonna open up the front of the coach and show you that business and what I did to fix it. Okay. So in the olden days, cars and stuff, or even today, I got the vacuum from the engine. Part of the older cars, the carburation and stuff like that, generated an engine vacuum, and they could tap that vacuum to use it to control different things. And with this coach, and probably all diesel engines, that engine vacuum doesn't exist. Because it's all fuel injected and a lot of mechanical reasons for it, but they can't just pull vacuum off the engine to do the same thing that they can do with the gas engine. So they come up with these vacuum pumps, and basically all they are is a little electric 12-volt vacuum pump that generates vacuum. And if that little vacuum pump doesn't work, well, probability is nothing else is going to work either that requires that vacuum to function. So on the coach here, my vacuum pump is right there, right about in the middle. Okay, that's it. Now that's a new one. I'd already replaced it, and I'm sorry I didn't go through this before. Okay, the round ball here, that's my vacuum reservoir, and then the vacuum hose, and all the hoses going to the vacuum pump. So what happened with the old one is that I don't know, I think the pump mechanism itself got sticky, because I took it out, and the two wires here, see the green and the black wire, I hooked the old one up to my garden tractor, my lawn tractor, and it ran, but it really wasn't generating much vacuum. And I put my finger over the vacuum port, and there was hardly anything there. So just for grins, I sprayed some WD-40 inside the pump, and I hooked it up again, and it ran much better. And I hooked my amp meter to it, and before the WD-40 it was pulling 15 amps. After the WD-40 it was pulling like 7, so it was still pretty high. Now I know that because after digging into the electrical, I found out that step problem that I mentioned before and this vacuum pump all run off the same fuse. And one of the first things I found when I started looking into the problem was that fuse was blown. Okay, it's a 7.5 amp fuse. On this coach, this is a Holiday Rambler Ambassador 2005 F19. It doesn't really say anything in the roadmap to the fuses about it being for the vacuum pump, but it just, after doing some research in some of the users groups and stuff like that, I found that it's a common fuse. I put the new fuse in there, and guess what? The step started working okay, but as soon as I started the coach up, it would blow that new fuse, and then nothing worked again. So I knew I was onto something there. So I ordered this vacuum pump, and it was a Ford product, and I think I went on Amazon, and I found one for $55. Okay, some guy in one of the user groups said he paid $280 for it, for a Ford one, and when I paid $55, and when I got it, I never really looked, but when I got it, it said genuine, made in China. Okay, so it's a Chinese knockoff of a Ford part. So I got it, I put it in, hooked all the hoses back up and everything, did the electrical, and took care of the problem. Now all my vents work, it blows air like crazy out of the dashboard and down at your feet and everything like that, and everything is fine. But I just thought I'd do a quick little video on this, in case somebody out there has the same kind of issue. A vacuum pump may not look like this. If you type in vacuum pumps on Amazon, you're going to come up with a whole bunch of them. I just went with one that had the same picture, 12 volts, and it seemed to work. And a friend of mine at an RV place, he told me, he says any vacuum pump will do as long as it generates vacuum. That's all you need to hook up to that ball, the reservoir, and everything will take care of itself after that. So I hope that helps. If you had any situation like that, like I said, I just noticed that last fall I had no more control of my air, and that step stopped working, and I really didn't know that the two were on the same circuit, but they are. Why they did that, I don't know. If I built this coach, I wouldn't have done that, but that's me, So easy 2-wire hookup, 3 screws. Take the old one out, put the new one in. Problem solved. So hope that helps. Have a good one. talk to you later. Bye. All right. Again, hope you found it helpful. Hope you find it useful. Be careful. If you're not sure what you're doing, get some help. Okay? Find somebody that does. Have a wonderful day. Get out there and do some camping. Okay? If you like this video, give me a thumbs up down there. That'd be great. Okay? If you want to see more like this when I kick them out, and I got a few more projects coming on, a few more repairs. This is a 12-year-old, what is it? It's a 13-year-old coach. So I have some things yet to do. I put a new ice maker in the refrigerator and stuff like that. I should have recorded that, right? If anybody has any questions on that or want to know what's involved, drop me a note down below there, and we'll see what I can do to help you with. All right, you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.